Thank you, Mr. Chairman and Mr. Lutnick. It is very good to see you today. Thank you for your testimony. I appreciate everyone who sits at that table and is willing to serve this nation. If confirmed, you will lead a massive federal agency across 13 bureaus. And to start with, I want to highlight one that you've already heard of, the NTIA. It has critical influence over the U.S. economy and over our security as well. Among its roles, as I know that you know, and as you've heard today, NTIA coordinates spectrum management, ensuring that federal airwaves are being used most effectively. But as spectrum becomes more scarce, critical federal operations, especially those essential for our national security, have been seen as obstacles. At the onset, I want to make it clear to you that DoD airwaves are not lying dormant, and that proposals to clear them would jeopardize our national security. We have constellations of DoD satellites that rely on spectrum. Our nuclear command and control relies on spectrum. Advanced fighter aircraft like F-35s rely on spectrum. And we are investing tens of billions of dollars in developing sixth-generation aircraft that will rely on spectrum. We have radar systems on our Navy ships tracking incoming missiles around the world. These allowed us to help defend Israel from over 300 missile and drone attacks last year. They rely on spectrum. I can go on, as my colleagues know, but this is all to say that I hope that we can work together so that we can come up with a really strong strategy for federal spectrum management in the future. I'm from Nebraska, and Nebraska's agricultural and manufacturing industries rely on our strong export markets for our products. You and I talked about trade and about the need under this administration for trade to be front and center. We know that we didn't see much of that happen in the previous administration. We also know, though, sir, that other countries may try to retaliate against our agricultural and our manufacturing industries. So if confirmed, will you work with your colleagues at other agencies to understand the impact of retaliatory tariffs on agriculture and manufacturing?
I will.
Thank you. Can you also talk a little bit about what opportunities you view that are out there so that we can expand certain export markets over the next 4 years under this administration?
I think our farmers, our ranchers, and our fishermen are treated with disrespect.
Always the fish, always the fish.
Always, you have to include them. You know, how often do we eat seafood? Come on. So they are treated with disrespect around the world. They are. Our farmers, our ranchers, and our fishermen are treated with disrespect. The countries take advantage of American kindness, American gratitude that we used to rebuild the world after the world wars and after the Korean War and after the Vietnam War. We need that disrespect to end. And I think tariffs are a way to create reciprocity, to be treated fairly, to be treated appropriately. And I think it will help our farmers, our ranchers, and our fishermen to flourish. And that's what I expect this administration is going to drive. And that's why I'm honored to serve President Trump in his pursuit of that reciprocity and that fairness and the end of the disrespect. These countries have the reliance on the American economy, and they need to start to respect us and respect us now.
Thank you. You heard about the BEAD funding from Senator Thune, other members of this committee as well, and I hope you will take that to heart and help our states get through some of those regulations that are out there. It has been an impediment to us. I'd like to talk a little bit here in the last few seconds about technology and competitiveness. I think I have Senator Wicker's time. In previous hearings, this committee's talked about the United States AI capabilities and that we're in a dead heat with China. This week, we heard about DeepSeek, and that I think it's having us examine kind of where we are right now with that. If confirmed, given the Commerce Department's breadth of influence on that issue, how will you address different threats that we see coming from the CCP within these information and technology markets?
I take a very jaundiced view of China. I think they only care about themselves and seek to harm us. And so we need to protect ourselves. We need to drive our innovation, right? And we need to stop helping them. You know, open platforms, Meta's open platform, let DeepSeek rely on it. NVIDIA's chips, which they bought tons of and they found their ways around it, drive their DeepSeek model. It's got to end. If they're going to compete with us, let them compete, but stop using our tools to compete with us. So I'm going to be very strong on that. I'm thrilled to oversee BIS, and I'm thrilled to coordinate and empower BIS with tariffs that will improve the strength. When we say no, the answer's got to be no.
I look forward to working with you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.